It's funny the way you tell a story and everything.
Funny how? What's funny about it?
Just
What?
You talk funny.
You mean, let me understand this, because, maybe it's me. I'm a little fucked up, maybe, but I talk funny how? How do I talk funny? I talk funny like a clown? I amuse you?
Get the fuck out of here, Sharon.
No, we got a show to do, you stutter and prick ya.
Welcome to We Talk Funny, a weekly hour-long podcast hosted by Sharon Pfeiffer and Joe Rubbo, a show that's less about the way they talk and more about what they talk about. WTF, a show about entertainment, celebrity, comedy, culture.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of We Talk Funny podcast. This is like our fifth episode.
I think it's the fourth episode.
Man, we've been rolling. It's going so fast.
Yeah.
And, here we are, November, beautiful, cool breeze out there. And
Yeah.
here with my beautiful co-host, Sharon Pfeiffer.
Oh, nice to see you, Joe.
Oh, you look so cute tonight.
Thank you,
I want to
thank
hug you and squeeze you with that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a little chilly out there, a little nippy.
Yeah, it was this morning. I froze my colognes off this morning.
Yeah, well, we look forward to this kind of weather.
Yeah.
Living down here, it's usually hot, and then we get a couple of cool days, and we break out our winter clothes. That's what I did today. I brought out my sweater and my boots, and
I couldn't find my Guido leather. I got to go home and look for it.
really,
Yeah,
I busted it all out. I busted it all out.
I was gonna say, I got a question for you guys.
I want to hear
Yes,
it.
sir.
When do you guys start bringing out your your Christmas decoration? When is a good time?
Well, I literally, I already have started.
Do you already have? Oh man!
Because I'm a Christmas freak. So, I haven't put my tree up yet, but I've already started taking things down from the storage because literally the day after Thanksgiving is when everything starts coming up. And by the way, I don't take anything down until 2 weeks after New Year.
That's about right. But I don't decorate till the first week of December. It's November. It's still Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We're still dealing with pumpkins and shit. December.
I love Christmas. I'm a Christmas
I love it
freak.
too.
I love all the decorations.
But it's November.
I know, but I just love it so much.
Yeah,
And by the way,
wonderful.
I live alone, and I don't even care. Even if nobody comes to visit me, and I don't ever turn my tree off.
Keep it
the
on
lights,
all the time?
the lights never go off. I leave them on. I love to see them. I love when I get up in the middle of the night to tinkle.
I love that time of year too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I love it so much. I'm sad when I actually take the tree down. I'm sad. It kind of throws me into a little depression.
You see, they have those pop-up trees now. It's like whoosh, tree with lights and everything. It looks beautiful.
That's funny though.
Yeah, I know. The whole thing is decorating it with the ornaments.
Yeah, that's the whole joy of it.
Yeah.
And each ornament, if you're
Means
into
something.
that, means something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I love Christmas
Me
so
too.
much, but I love Thanksgiving too.
Yeah.
I love cooking. I love all the preparation. I make homemade pumpkin pies and all the
You're
things.
quite the cook.
Yes.
Quite the cook.
Talking about cooking, because I knew there's something about the cooler weather, even though Sunday it was not cooler out yet, but I knew it was going to be cooler. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a big pot of gravy. Now, I know you guys will call it sauce.
I call it gravy.
I call it gravy.
Brought up that way.
But I made, Sunday gravy. And I'm talking about with the pork ribs, the sausage, the homemade meatballs, the whole 9 yards.
Man.
And with my basil from my freaking homegrown basil.
You have a garden?
And let's not get crazy. I live in an apartment, so no, I don't have a garden.
What else you grow out there, Sharon?
Well, no, I don't do anything.
Yeah,
so.
no.
But I have my own, basil that I, freshly picked basil
want
from.
some.
It came out. I don't mind saying so good. They say chef kiss. It came out so fucking good.
I could smell it from here.
Oh my God, where's the food? WTF. It was so good. That's why I'm so chubby right now.
It's crazy that you say that. I didn't do anything this weekend. I went out Friday night with my pregnant daughter for dinner. And Saturday I stayed home and I said, you know what? I'm going to experiment tonight. And I made a pork roast in the crock pot. I had that cooking all day with sweet and sour sauce. And then I wanted to try an experimental dish for Thanksgiving. I made a lasagna made out of ravioli. So I put the
A lasagna made out of ravioli?
Yeah,
Holy
layered the
smokums.
ravioli, put the sausage and ricotta on each layer. Let me tell you something. It's the greatest invention ever. It's like the
Wow.
perfect lasagna.
I never heard of that. You just came up with that on your
Yeah.
own?
I said, I looked at the.
Why didn't you call me and invite me over for dinner?
I was going to ask you the same question.
What am I, wood?
Next time we got to put the two together.
I'm telling you.
There you go.
Sunday gravy and ravioli lasagna?
Yep.
I'm in.
That 100%.
Count me in. Wow.
We'll make some meatballs.
What'd your mom say about it? She must have loved it.
She looked at me with a face first.
Yeah, well, first, because she never heard of it.
Yeah. And she goes, Joe, this is good.
I bet she
so
did.
cheesy. I said, yeah. So my invention,
No, I love that.
ravioli lasagna.
I love it. I think that sounds really good. We're going to have to do that. We're going to have to make like a Sunday dinner.
I'd like it, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
Ben, will
invite
you
the
come
whole
over?
crew.
I would love to come over
I
for a
bet you
Sunday.
would.
Are you kidding me? I would eat all. Yes.
I bet you
As
would.
soon as I get my house, was big enough, we'll have it.
Well, my house is small, but you know what? You could always make room.
Yeah, you do.
There's always,
Well, we
you,
do
you
'em-
pull the
we
table
do 'em
out,
in my
you put
condo.
chairs around it.
My
Why don't we
kids
do it
come over.
here?
Right.
Oh, we could do it here.
We could do it here.
right
but
in this. Well, yeah, you want to be at the home.
You got to
but-
have the stove. You got to
Yeah,
be
you're
standing
right.
around the
You're
stove.
right, you're right.
Everything's got to be heated up
You're
the
right.
right way. No, you come over. Who sits at? I have the bar stools. I have the table. We get some folding chairs. Who cares? You smush in.
We'll bring Tony, the bartender.
We'll bring Tony, the bartender, and Sherry, and our guest tonight, who we're going to introduce in a moment. But I want to do a toast first.
Salud.
Joe, let's do a salud, okay? Because
Gr-
I'm really happy we're getting really
Great
great traction.
reviews, yeah.
Great reviews on the show so far. This is our 4th show. We really need more subscribers, though.
Yes.
So, wah, wah, wah. We need subscribers and likes and shares and comments. So for those of you who are, enjoying the show, if you could share, like, comment, and also tell people about us.
Yeah.
Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. I don't give a fuck who you tell. Just please tell people about us and do what you need to do.
It's working because
Yeah.
the people I talked to, they said, Joe, I watched the show and listened to it. It was great all the way through. The first thing I said, did you fucking subscribe?
Yeah.
Of course I did. So
Yeah.
tell everybody about
Yeah,
it.
we need more subscribers. That's apparently the ticket.
And my son-in-law, younger, in his 30s, loved it.
Yeah, the young
Loved
people seem to. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But we're getting a lot of good traction. But you know what I want to do, Joe?
What do you want to do?
I really want to introduce our guest for tonight. We have an amazing,
Oh, man.
amazing
Look at
guest.
this place, how good it looks.
Yeah, so I don't know if Ben was able to show, but we have some art around tonight in the studio. And this art is by our guest tonight, his name is Lawrence Gartel. Now, Lawrence Gartel is not just well known down here in South Florida, or not even just nationally.
Worldwide.
Lawrence Gartel is worldwide. He's an international artist. He's very well known and loved in Europe. And his art is just loved by everybody. He's known as the digital titan. He is the father of digital art. I mean, he basically, I want to say he created it. And I can't wait to bring him in so we could talk to this man. So Joe, what do you have to say? I know you know him.
I've known him a long time. I'm very excited for him to be here. I've worked with him before. I've seen his art. We've done shows together. Great guy.
So here we go.
The man.
Lawrence Gartel.
Thank you for having me.
Ow! Look at this man. Look at him. Look at it. I mean, look at him.
He's a star.
Look at him.
Face
And he's
a mother
wearing it.
could love, right?
Lawrence, here's to you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Sharon.
Chin down.
Joe,
Chandan.
cheers.
So, Lawrence, let's dive right into it. Tell us, please, tell us how you got started in your artistic endeavors.
Well, I'll tell you this. So, really, people ask me, when did you make your first piece of art? And I used to say I crawled out of my crib at 2 years old and I outlined my mother in lipstick. And I drew up on the walls and everything, and that was my first piece of art. I have retracted that. My first piece of art was in my mother's womb with my own fluid, where I drew with an unfinished finger. And then I came out of there like a
Ready to
shoot.
roll.
ready to roll.
I love
And
it.
I have been making art ever since that moment.
I believe
I have
it.
to say.
I
Been doing it
believe it.
since as long as you can remember.
As long as I
believe it.
could, and even when I can't remember, I know that's what I did.
From conception.
From conception,
I
correct.
love it.
Yes, that's
Born with
true.
it.
I love
I
it.
was born. I'm very lucky. I'm blessed by God, and that's what happened. And I went to formal art school training, and I have to, right at the get-go, I'll talk about my new book called Artificial Intelligence and Robotics, which is a 340-page book because I had a show. It's called Miami Normandy because I had 3 exhibitions in France just now. I just got back, and so there's like 70 different artificial intelligence pieces, and there's 40 robotic pieces, which is what's here in your studio. And these are brand new pieces because on November 21st at 1310 Sailboat Bend Gallery, we will have an opening on Friday the 21st, and people are getting the very, very, very first glimpse of the newest cutting edge pieces that nobody's ever seen.
Wow.
Like one of them is made like, which one is it? This one. This was made yesterday.
And it was made
With a
robotic.
robot. I have a robot that paints. And in this book are some pictures of robotic paintings.
Where's the robot? We can't get him on the show.
Well, you could actually. It's he's working right now.
He's
Or she.
working.
It's actually androgynous. The name of the robot's called Robbie.
Robbie.
Okay.
So it can go either way. It's like it's non.
Yeah.
But I need to know,
Yeah.
how does the robot know?
Well,
Like
it's
what to paint?
programmed.
Right, but who you program
I
it?
totally program it.
Like you
totally,
sit at a keyboard and you go.
I
blah,
sit
blah,
at the keyboard, I program it, I tell it what it should do, I choose the colors, I choose the thickness, I choose the kind of brush that it's going to make, I choose the brush that it's going to use. There's a lot of artistic
Comes
input
out like that.
into the robot.
Amazing.
It's incredible. And it usually takes about 14 hours to make one picture, but sometimes it could take 24 hours
Right.
because you're adding different layers to it to do certain things. But I have to say, the reason I brought these, because they're the latest, greatest, I am perfecting the technology and the
Right.
technique.
This is the time to do it now.
This is
AI
it.
is taking over.
Yes. So, I mean, I have pictures in here. So there's some really interesting things because this book is in English, it's in French, and it's in Russian.
Right.
And the robot resides in St. Petersburg, Russia.
Wow.
And so what's interesting is I sent the file to St. Petersburg. They painted the picture there, and then they went out to the building and they showed the piece in front of the building that I created here. So there was no tariff. No shipping, no handling,
Right.
no nothing. I
Wow.
just sent the digital file there and then produced a
got
work
the
of
file.
art.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
And that's in here. I mean, here it is. Let me just give you an
see.
example so you see what I'm talking about. So here's the
Wow.
right there, right in the front. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I-
amazing.
So I sent the picture to Russia, and they painted it there under my tutelage of what it is that I wanted to paint, the colors.
Are you getting any pushback from traditional
I don't
artists?
care about pushback. Of
No,
this.
I mean-
And
You're
Lawrence
your own.
Gartel is in his own lane for the last 50 years. So I don't care about what anyone else has to say. I know that I'm in my own lane. I'm
This
doing
is
my
your
own
lane.
thing. Now let me show you this. This is really interesting. I put this in for a reason. This is called Day 1, Hour 1 over here 50 years ago. I was 19 years
We
old.
saw that in your
I
documentary.
didn't, exactly.
It was amazing.
I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I knew that if I captured it, it was important back
Right.
in 1975. These are 50 years old. And like when I look at these paintings, it's like this. It's like the beginning of a new genre, a new day, a new world. And people had no idea for 50 years what this stuff was. All of a sudden, absolutely everything is digital. Your cameras
Everything.
are digital.
Everything.
Everything.
Everything here is completely
Everything is
digital.
digital.
I started it. 1975. That is the truth. That's why they say the father did. But you're gonna blow your mind. Watch this. I was commissioned by Psychology Today magazine to do the Dean of Artificial Intelligence 1983 from Stanford University. So AI, everything, the AI buzz. 1983.
My man Lawrence has been doing it for years.
He's been doing it forever.
I'm telling you.
Unbelievable. And how did you have that foresight to know that this was going to be the thing? What made you think of it?
I'm going to tell you what happened. So I had a little high school girlfriend, and she went up to Buffalo College, and I said, you know what? If I don't follow her, she's going to like hook up with the football quarterback, and I'm going to be dead meat. Okay, so I need to follow her, otherwise I'm going to lose her. Well, sure enough, she did hook up with her, but that's another part of the story. Anyway, I went up there, and I was sitting in the back of a classroom watching the Charlie Chaplin Modern Times movie. And I'm sitting there with a very, very long lens, and a guy taps me on the shoulder. He goes, what are you trying to do? I was like, well, I'm trying to take a still off of a moving image. And he goes, you know, we have a place in downtown Buffalo. I think you'd find it really interesting. They do all sorts of interesting stuff like that. I said, I don't even know what I'm doing. He goes, why don't you come at Friday night at 8 o'clock, come down to our studio. It's in downtown Buffalo, which was like the worst neighborhood in the world.
Still is.
So I thought they were going to steal my wallet. This was a total setup, break into my car. You know, it was Buffalo. I didn't know, but I went anyway because I said, you know what, this is going to be unusual. And so I went there. And I met this guy. His name was Namjoon Paik. He is considered the father of video art, who's had shows at the Whitney, the Guggenheim, all over the world. And he said, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm trying to take a still image off of a moving picture. He goes, you're a crazy man. And I said, coming from you, that is the best compliment I could ever get. And so Namjoon Paik wrote the introduction to my first book in 1989, called Lawrence Gartel, A Cybernetic Romance. And I took that book, and I had a show at the Joan Whitney Payson Museum in Portland, Maine, which is considered the jewel box of Impressionism. And what happened? They took Van Gogh's irises off the wall, and they sold it at Sotheby's for $50 million, and they put up my picture. Oh, and I replaced Van Gogh at that place. Yes, I did. And it was
that must have made you feel good.
You know, I was young and I had a chip on my shoulder anyway. So, you know, the thing is that the name of the show was called Nouveau Japonica. It was Japanese images made on the Commodore Amiga computer. And the segue to that is that in 1985, 4 years before, I was going to Studio 54. I was partying my ass off, and I happened to run into Andy Warhol at Studio 54.
That's when they reopened, 84, 85, yeah.
Correct. And I met him there, and he says, listen, I got the gig with Amiga. I don't know what I'm doing. Why don't you come to my studio and show me how it all works? And I did.
And so you were teaching Andy Warhol.
That's correct.
Wow. Look, could you imagine who we have here today?
No, I you know what? You know what? Fuck it, let's drink.
Yes, let's have a drink.
What, if you don't mind me asking, what would something like this go for?
I'm like gobsmacked right now.
I'm very happy to tell you, these paintings are on the cheap at $25,000 each.
I was figuring that.
That's what it is. Now, the other piece is like...
Are you giving me one?
His glasses just fogged up.
We talk funny.
Sharon, that is to be discussed in private.
Uh-oh.
Do you know what I mean? Nothing
funny.
His glasses
Sharon,
are really
stop
fogged
talking
up.
funny.
No, I get proposals all the time.
I know
it's
you
just
do.
the one that, it's all the ones that count.
25 grand.
Is that an indecent proposal, right?
Well, there you go.
Right.
So anyway, I will tell you that in the book there are more of these. There are 40 of these, and this is what I showed in France at this casino, the Grand Casino in Forges-les-Eaux. There were 40 paintings that I just exhibited. and the show is extended for another couple of weeks. And I also have these artificial intelligent images. So it's kind of like two different things, like this super high resolution,
Oh, wow.
super high glossy pictures. These are an edition of 10. I don't mind telling you that they're 7,500 each.
Now, these types
Talk
of
about definition.
these types of
Incredible.
pictures, he drives around in different cars.
Yes.
Right now, you're driving in, I don't know what kind
It's
of
a
car it
Ford
is.
C-Max,
But you have to see his car that he's driving is wrapped in all of this. It's unreal.
But it's not just his cars, other people's
Other
cars.
people's cars.
commission me, yeah.
Yeah.
of
They
course.
commission him.
I've seen him riding around.
Yes.
And I said, that's my boy Lawrence.
Yeah, there you go.
It's so
go.
unbelievable and so amazing. Look at this guy, Ben. Can you tighten in?
And
Tighten up. Get
Look
a
at
close up. Look at this. So unbelievably cool.
That is
Lawrence,
unbelievable.
I think I saw
Wow.
a Bentley or a Rolls
yes,
Royce
yes, I did.
and a Lamborghini.
Lamborghini,
Yeah.
Ferrari,
Yeah.
Bentley. But I'll be honest with you. I'm not such a snob where I have to wrap like a supercar.
Right.
I could wrap a Toyota Prius,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you park that next to a Lamborghini or something, and
Everybody looks at that.
exactly.
Look, Joe. Look, Gartel. It's our favorite pizza.
How you doing?
I wonder what kind of pizza it is this week. I know there's no nuts in it.
Does it
Joe.
really
I know.
matter? Oh,
Well-
yeah, no nuts like last week. But
Well, you're right, Joe. It's
always fucking delicious.
Oh, I just got
you just
I
got
just got
tied
tied
up.
up.
You're getting all excited over the pizza.
So, what makes How You Doing so special?
Oh, how you doing? What makes you,
know,
so special? Go
Can I tell you?
Tell me. You tell
I'll
me.
tell you. Okay, so the flour is organic. The tomatoes are flown in from New Jersey. And the dough is fermented for 8 days. Okay?
Yeah, man, the mutz is local cut in-house. The sopressata is flown in from Chicago every month. They got a different special.
Oh, yeah?
I mean,
well,
they fly this stuff in
well,
from all
well, let me
over.
see it. Hand it over. Let's see
Travels
what
more
we
than
got.
I do, Lawrence.
Let's see what we got.
Look at this.
That looks delicious. That looks. How you
Oh,
doing?
Maron, this looks so good.
Pepperoni.
Yeah, we got
onion.
it. I hope you can have a taste.
From my
you're
point
not
of
a
view,
vegan, are
that
you?
is artwork right there. I'm
That
sorry.
is
I'm
artwork.
sorry. That is art.
Mozzarella,
That is
ricotta.
art.
Well, let's have a bite.
Yes.
Let's have a bite.
I'm
Listen,
nervous.
Let me pass it down.
How You Doing is
You Doing?
always fucking delicious. They have 3 locations for now. There are 2 in Boca Raton. There's 1 in Boynton Beach. And they're opening in Coral Springs and also
I live
in
in
Las
Coral
Vegas.
Springs.
As a matter of fact, Garrett, the owner, just got back from Vegas. So they're going to be opening up very, very soon. Now, you can go online to order, or you can call our favorite location, which is on South Palmetto Park Road. And the number for the Palmetto Park Road one is 561-757-6434. Now remember, they're all over the place. Just look up How Ya Doing. Oh, Maron. Hang on, I got to take a bite. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Oh, you heard that crunch?
Oh, my God. Best pizza
That's
in
good
South
beef.
Florida.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. That... Woo!
Making sure there's no pistachios on it.
There's no...
That is good.
These nuts.
That is good.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. All right.
Guys, enjoy. Help yourself.
Thank you, How You Doing. How You Doing is our sponsor, one of our sponsors. We have another sponsor, which we're going to shout out in a couple of minutes.
How you doing?
How You Doing? All right, listen.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Gabby and Garrett. You guys are the bomb. Okay.
Back to Lawrence.
Now back to Lawrence. Lawrence, how good is this pizza, Lawrence?
Oh.
Right?
I got to tell you, there are no words.
There
really.
are no words, really.
You know, I don't want to name somebody I don't like, but like it's so, like the pizza here is so blasé. What else do you say?
Napkin. We need more.
This is in a different league. It's
There
a
you
whole
go.
nother league.
It's a whole nother
And no
league.
one's paying me to say that.
You know what? This is gourmet pizza. It's gourmet pizza, and they deliver. Oh, my God.
They just delivered to us.
They just deliver to us.
That's
And they
the
do it with a smile, by the way. We've gotten quite a few deliveries from them already. They always deliver with a smile. It's always a...
It's because when they see you, they got to smile.
I think so.
Maybe.
I think you're right, Joe.
It could be.
The guy was dressed.
Plus, we
the
give
guy
them
was dressed like
we give them a
freaking-
nice tip
The guy was
too.
dressed like it's snowing. And
You know
30
what? I want
degrees
to
out.
address that. These people who make deliveries, for those of you who don't tip correctly, it's not nice because these people make a living on doing the deliveries. So make sure you tip your delivery person.
And I did that for a while. Uber
Appropriately.
Eats and what's the other one? DoorDash.
Yeah, I'm very big on that.
Not easy.
You know, I was a manicurist. I say manicurist because I was not a nail tech. I was an old school manicurist, and I lived on my tips. And you know, people live on that.
Try to give tips.
Lawrence, let me ask you a question. Is this all you've ever done? You've never done anything else for work? Just you've always been an artist.
My whole life.
God bless
I
you.
never did another thing my entire.
Do you know how lucky you are to do what you love every day of your life?
You know
What
what?
you're passionate about.
But there's a little bit more to this. You know, you have to know the backstory a little bit. So, my father was very sick. He had 5 heart attacks and a stroke. I'm an only child.
Right.
And if I went out on a date or whatever, I'd have to go into a club and throw a dime in and call my mother, is Dad okay? I was always on the edge, and sometimes she'd say, you have to come home.
And you got to leave.
And I had to leave. And that was very tough. And what happened is that my dad died 2 weeks before my wedding, which
Oh, my
was
God.
horrible. And then my mother couldn't, she disappeared. She had to go to Florida from New York, and I was supporting her and you know, just being newly married and everything else. And then a year and a half later, my mom died.
Oh wow.
So they died at 63 and 64
my
years
God.
old. And I was on my own to figure out this whole life by myself. And what was the moral of the story? What was the takeaway? Is that my father was a painting contractor in New York. And he carried these 50-gallon drum things over his shoulder. It was freezing, of course. He would go into these spaces because sometimes they were in the basement of a building. He did paint the Carlisle Hotel, and he did have some other contracts like that. But for the most part, he did commercial large spaces, garages and warehouses and that sort of thing. And, you know, I said to him one time, Dad, why don't you hang out with the executives of the companies? He goes, nah, I prefer the real people. You know, the workers.
Yeah.
You know, and then I never understood that until he passed, and I had to take over for a year and a half to help my mother out
Oh, you took over the business?
for 2 years.
Wow.
I didn't know a thing. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea. My father never wanted me to do that. So I was teaching computer art at a very pivotal time in 1984. Things were changing immensely, and I wasn't able to spend as much time in those computer labs that I would have liked to have,
Right.
because I was busy trying to support my mother, you know, and so after she died, we had one job, and they said Mr. Gartel, come to our office, and he says, don't worry, son. You'll make the same good living your father made. I said, okay, yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks very much. We finished that job. I left the workers. I left the paints. I left all his
everything.
materials. And I said, au revoir.
Fuck this.
And I left. And I never looked back. And that was the only time, if I could ever say, you know, did you ever do anything else? That's what I did for a year and a half when
And all you thought about was going back to the art.
Correct.
Right.
Right. So I said, you know what? Life is, because he was so young. I said, you know, I was 28 years old.
Right.
And I said, you know what? What's this life about? You got to enjoy your life. You got to.
You got married at 26 years old.
28.
Yeah, I got married at 27. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You know, right at that time. And then I had a kid at 30. And I was you know, you become responsible, and
I don't know about that, but
well,
I
you
do.
try anyway. I mean, you know, I'm leaving out a lot, but
We're getting the edited version.
yes, yeah, very much so. So, you know, you just I just always figured you know, I should back up and tell you that, at like 10 years old, I was going to formal art school training. I went to the Pell School of Art on 72nd Street in the Ansonia Hotel. And I went there for like a bunch of years because they helped me craft my portfolio so I can get into the High School of Music and Art in Harlem. And that's where I went. That's the Fame High School.
Very famous. So your parents were very supportive.
They were very supportive. And if you saw the film, which Sharon saw, because I made a documentary about my life and my career, and we premiered it in France just a couple of weeks ago. And then last Sunday, we showed it at the Savour Cinema. That was the American premiere of that film. And, it kind of like, it's interesting. I'm digressing in a lot of ways, but I'll say that the filmmaker wanted to show the sensitive person, not like the rock star image that most people would do of themselves and say, look how great, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. And he showed more of the humanity side, and I think everyone loved the film because of that.
Yeah, of course you see the inside. But let me refresh your memory a little bit. We started doing that with you back in 2015.
Something like that.
We started doing like almost a documentary. You had your own little show with us.
Yes.
That's how I know so much about you. Yeah.
We had a great time, and that was really...
It was fun, yeah.
It was really fun. I think we were really developing things, and it's interesting because that was kind of the start of me drawing while we were having the show. And things that we would talk about, I would draw.
What was it called? Lawrence Gartel Speaks.
Something like that.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
I don't know. I have to look back at my...
And that's how I know so much about him.
Yeah, and then Joe brought, let's say, I don't know where we were, but you brought a limousine and we drove around and we had so much fun and
bunch of VIP girls.
VIP girls.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you did it in Fort Lauderdale. I even think you came down to Miami one time.
Yeah, a couple of times. And then you had that big event at Jackson's Ice Cream.
Jackson, oh my God, that was like the greatest episode. So. We were like, I don't even know, we were like making art out of ice cream.
Yes.
A bit of a fetish, I have to say. But we had the kitchen sink, and like there were like 18 scoops of ice cream, and like everyone had to take some home because like how much can you eat? It was like crazy.
Yeah.
That is funny. I keep calling you Gartel.
That's fine.
Lawrence, you and I sort of have a connection with the Fashion Institute of Technology.
That's right.
You were there.
Yes,
I went there.
You were there. But you were there teaching.
Yes.
At the same time that I was there as a student. Yes, I went in '82. I graduated in '84. But you were still there.
I was there.
We never crossed paths.
What a small world.
While I was there. But what a small world. I actually brought my diploma, but in true Sharon fashion, I don't know where it is. It's not here.
Oh,
but you brought it.
True Karen.
But I brought it.
You have everything.
It's probably out on a
Sharon,
a
what
bench
did you major
outside.
in? What did you major
I
in?
actually, right, Ben? Yeah. It's probably out. I'm serious because
I'd love to see it.
I don't know where it is.
You brought it.
I brought my diploma from FIT. I majored in marketing.
Oh.
Not we call them FBMs, fashion buying and marketing. Not fashion buying and marketing. I went there specifically for cosmetic marketing, which was a very
specialized.
niche, right? Very specialized. And you know who my professor was? Hazel Bishop, which only you and I will know who that name is.
Wow.
Right. Nobody here knows the name. Maybe Shari does.
What was the name?
Hazel Bishop. There was Hazel Bishop Cosmetics. I wanted to go into research and development with like Estee Lauder or something like that.
Yeah, sure.
That was where I was headed. But I was actually doing nails at the. That's how I put myself through college. I was a nail tech, manicurist.
Yeah.
I was making so much fucking money doing nails. I'm not kidding.
Where were you?
Well, I lived in Queens at the time.
Where?
Belrose.
In Belarus, okay.
Yeah, and I made I put myself through college.
All right.
That I couldn't quit my job when I graduated FIT to go work at Estee Lauder in Long Island and make $100 a week.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah, right.
I couldn't quit my job. I made so much money doing
Did you live in
nails.
Belarus at the time?
I did.
Because I live in North Shore Towers.
No, all my customers lived in North Shore.
100%.
Zelda, Maddie, all of them.
Yeah.
Like everybody.
I
Like all
lived
my
there for
cousins.
19 years.
I love North Shore Towers. I wanted to live there so bad I couldn't afford it. But like for a young girl, I had my own
Yeah,
apartment.
yeah. Of
I
course.
had
you're
a brand new
kid.
car, like all the things. And, like I moved out of my mom's house the day I graduated high school.
Yeah, well, that was the thing to do.
Well,
You had to.
Well, my mom was like, for high school graduation, all my friends were getting like brand new cars, all these things.
Yeah.
My mom gave me a set of Farberware pots and pans. Like, here's your hat. What's your hurry? Get the fuck out. Like, that's what literally. I was like,
Not us Italian guys. We live with our moms till we're 40.
I was like,
Yeah.
what are you
50.
trying? My mother was
I'm
like,
still with my mom.
my mom was like, out,
Who's
out.
gonna make
You gotta
dinner
go.
better than her? Come on.
Well, there were 6 of us.
Yeah.
There was 6 of us. My mom was like, go. You
out,
gotta
get
go.
out.
You gotta go. So I did. I left and I, went to and that was the only school I applied to, by the way.
Wow.
That was the only school I applied to.
Well, it's the only one you wanted.
Yeah, and the
apparently.
letter, you know how you have to write a letter? Why do you want to
course.
go there? And
Yeah.
I wrote in my letter, if you don't let me come to your college,
gonna hang
I'm not
myself.
no, I'm not going
Not
to
going to
college.
school.
That's a good one.
And no, and I meant it. I like
appreciate it.
I'm not going to go cuz why bother?
Right.
That's where you wanted to go.
And that's where I wanted to go. And I was so excited and,
And where did the nail industry go from there? What I mean,
it exploded. I mean, think about it.
Still.
Look at even
Yeah.
now, it's bigger than ever. You know that it costs like $200 to get a full set of nails. Like nails are ridiculous.
I go once a month.
It's the biggest thing ever.
mani-pedi.
I don't do nails
I
anymore,
don't
but
get color or anything.
it's huge. My daughter, who's almost 40 years old,
Yeah.
and it does very well in the
she's
dental
doing it too?
industry. Very well.
where does she live?
She lives in Merrick, Long Island,
Oh,
and
yeah.
she actually called me the other day and said,
That's
Mom,
hysterical.
I'm thinking of going to get my nail license. I
Wow.
said, stop.
It's
She's
always
like,
money.
Mom. She goes, Mom, I know what I spend on my nails. She's like, I'm really thinking of doing it.
And
'cause
right now-
I could work out of the house.
Sharon, if she does it now, she'd be like perfect because the only people that do it are Vietnamese and Korean people that
Well,
don't even speak
I don't
English.
want to. This sounds horrible. So, but it's true. So it's horrible. You can come at me if you want. But when I had my 2 nail salons in Long Island, and even then, I'm talking back in the 90s, it was every nail salon was Asian. But my nail salon was called Hammer and Nails, and our logo was, "We speak your language." It was. And I had all American nail techs.
That's different.
And people it said, and now then you could get away with it. And because all my nail techs were American
Of course.
and
They
everybody,
could talk to the client.
and we could, but people that's why they came. They were like, Sharon, they would come in and go,
Right.
but now you can't, I mean, I know, and I apologize, anyone who's
No, it's not
watching
wrong
going,
with
you're
it.
horrible, you're a
it's
horrible
just-
woman.
you're just,
But
like,
people,
describing whatever it is.
They-
Listen,
they-
I've had the same nail tech now for like 10 years. I've been going to this lady. And every time I talk to her, I say, yeah, yes, yes,
you know,
no,
and
no.
I
Well,
didn't,
she knows your nails.
Yes,
so,
she
you know,
does.
She knows your hand.
but
gets
like
in
if
those-
we didn't
she
do it
gets
to
in those
be,
big
we
toes.
weren't like bigoted or anything. It was just
no.
we speak your language. Like
Right.
we'll be able to
We're
talk to you.
communicating.
We can communicate with you. But now, if I think about it, like that was in the '90s, and you could do that. But today, they would be picketing up and down in front of our building. But but I raised my daughter. I was a single mom forever. I raised my daughter with those nail salons, and I worked 6 days a week, and it got me
Got
where I
to
am today,
Who you
you know.
are today.
You're right. So, but it was just interesting that my daughter, who's almost 40, said, I think I'm going to go get my nail license. So,
Where,
and
where do you live now, Lawrence?
I live in Fort Lauderdale.
yeah.
I lived in Boca for 30 years.
Right.
And then I moved to, I have a loft in Fort Lauderdale.
I love Fort
14
Lauderdale.
With 14-foot ceilings.
yeah.
It's kind of a very nice situation. It's like a live-work type of thing.
Got
So
everything going in there.
I got everything going on. When I sleep, the robot is painting.
That's awesome.
I love Fort Lauderdale.
I mean, how...
Where in, like, not...
Right off of Broward Boulevard.
Oh,
Right
love
at the
it.
heart of everything.
Love it. You're right there.
Yeah, right there. I could walk anywhere.
You're in the
more or
middle of
less.
it all.
Yeah. It's very, very nice. It's quiet. It feels a little bit like Key Largo a little because there's no like real streets in that. It's in the old part, Sailboat Bend.
I know what
I
you're
was
talking
just going to
about.
say
Yeah.
Sailboat Bend.
Very
Yeah.
expensive.
We had a
back
warehouse
now.
there, and they knocked it down, and they
Yeah.
built a big, huge...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only swing bridge in all of Florida. It's the last one left. It's just beautiful. It's very tranquil, except when you get onto the main roads. It's just very crowded. What can I say?
So listen, we have our other sponsor who we're so very grateful for,
Yeah.
which is Deck Masters of South Florida, who
Let me
we're
tell you.
very grateful for. But I have to tell you,
Yeah, deck Masters of South Florida, man, they really helped me with my deck expansion.
yeah, well, let me tell you something. Remember last week I told
Yeah.
you that ever since we started talking about them, I've been getting lots of DMs from guys sending me dock pics
They're sending you even
and
more?
deck pics, more. Different sizes, different shapes, different colors,
Hold on.
big
What are we
ones,
talking
little
about?
ones. I don't know what to do.
I'm lost here.
We have a
Yeah.
sponsor, Deck Masters
Deck
of South
Masters.
Florida.
Deck Masters of South
So
Florida.
she's talking about decks. You know, they're sending her pictures to get their decks fixed.
And I know they helped you with your problem.
Yeah.
And I know that your girlfriend is really satisfied.
Let me tell you, Sharon, she's so satisfied that she wants to have a party with some of her friends on my deck.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
That's how nice the expansion came out.
I bet you're very happy with Deck Masters.
I'm very
And
happy.
I
She's very
wonder,
happy, yeah.
I wonder if they could help me now with my problem, with all these pictures that are getting sent to me. What do you think?
I don't know.
I think
mean,
you should put a little book together, just like mine here. You know,
You
that's
think?
why you have
You
like.
think? Do you think I should compile
Yes.
like a book of all these decks and docks, all the
Yeah.
the big ones, the little ones?
Yes.
The different colors.
100%.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
when they send you these pictures, what you do is you just send them right to Deck Masters of South Florida.
I'm going to send them to John,
Yeah.
the deck master.
John, and you can reach John at 561-255-7921. He'll handle all of your deck problems.
Really?
Because he's a deck master.
He's the deck master. John
Okay,
is the deck
I'm
master.
starting slowly to get it. You know,
They handle,
I never thought.
but not only decks and docks, they handle pergolas, boardwalks, and all outdoor living spaces.
Awesome. Deck Masters of South Florida.
You hear that? Now, you live in Fort Lauderdale. Do you have any...
Do I have a
Do you have
deck?
any deck?
The answer is yes.
Do you have any deck problems?
You need
Is your deck
None that
small?
I could-
Do you have a
none that
small
I
deck
really-
or a big deck?
I think it's you know.
Is it medium?
It's adequate.
Is it average?
I mean, I think it's sufficient. Let's say that. I mean, you know, I can't say it's. I
When you
definitely wouldn't say
entertain,
it's-
are they happy?
Yes, everyone. No, I've never heard a complaint yet.
No problems with the decks. All right, good.
But how about the dock?
The dock, that's another story.
All right. So
God.
anyway,
Wow.
So what's going on next, Lawrence? What do we got
What's
going
happening? So basically, the book is brand new. So we're promoting the book, you know, and people can directly get me on Facebook or Instagram, and they send money, and then I send the book. So I'm not going through any like commercial.
You're doing it all yourself.
I'm doing it myself
That's what we're
because
doing.
I like, you know, the other thing is that people say like, are you putting your movie on Netflix or Amazon? The answer is no. Why? Because I like the idea of public or audience participation. I like the idea of engagement, just like we're doing here.
Right.
I like to be able to engage people, not just they should go anywhere and get the book. No, they get it from me. They get like a personal note.
That's one thing about you all these years. You're very personable with people.
I try to be.
Yeah, try to get out there as much as you can
I
and
do.
meet people.
And I love people. And I, you know, the people that I've met along the way, and I don't know how long this show is, but I could tell you that in France, the mayor of Forges-les-Eaux had a private reception for me, and she invited all these people, and she invited this one sculptor from Normandy, and I didn't know if she invited him to impress me or for me to impress him. I wasn't sure. But he came, we had a dinner together. He came and he looked at my artwork with his wife, and his wife invited me to their home, which I thought was very engaging, right? So they said, why don't you come on a Saturday? And I did. So it was about 20 minutes away, and we couldn't find the entrance to their home for some reason. And it's like, where, you know, did we miss it? Where is it?
They didn't have a deck.
They did not have a deck
or a dock.
or a dock,
That's right,
but
but
they were in the
how'd you
middle
find
of the
it?
French countryside, and there was a little opening, and it was 150 acres.
Oh, Maron, no wonder you got lost.
And they lived in this magnificent chateau that has been in the family for 400 years.
Holy shit
I
balls.
can imagine what that looked like inside.
There's one picture of me on an 18th century piano with a 13th century tapestry behind me.
I love it.
Which you would find at the Vatican or something like that.
Right.
I mean, it
I
was
love it.
absolutely unbelievable. So when you see a guy with a Rolex and a Lamborghini here, that means shit, honestly. When
It
you
does.
meet a
You're right.
nobleman like this who is very endearing and accommodating, and we had a nice breakfast there, and he said, come back anytime you want. But
Oh my
his
God.
sculptures were all over his manicured property, and he was the most genteel person I ever met.
You
That's
speak French, obviously, right?
Il petit peu.
You speak how many languages?
Well, I try. A couple.
Yeah, I know you do,
Voulez-vous
yeah.
coucher avec moi
Ce soir.
ce soir?
Yes, correct. So,
Comment allez-vous? Je vais bien, merci. Et vous?
exactly. Yeah.
Je m'appelle Sharon.
Sharon, je m'appelle Laurent.
French
We
croissant.
need to know your Instagram.
Lawrence Gartel.
It's everywhere is Lawrence Gartel.
Lawrence
At
Gartel.
Lawrence
On
Gartel.
TikTok.
Lawrence Gartel. I don't do TikTok.
You don't.
I don't make videos really. I'm like
You need
sort of
to.
not in the video.
You need to because you're digital.
I
you
am,
need
but
to.
I,
Have the robot.
What
make
about
them.
YouTube? What about all the things?
YouTube, like I started to, and then
Facebook?
I got, Facebook, yes, of course.
Lawrence
I've got
Gartel.
Lawrence Gartel on
So
Facebook. Lawrence
it's
Gartel on
Lawrence
Instagram.
Gartel.
At Lawrence
But we
Gartel.
never got to talk about your
We
your
didn't.
cube.
No, okay.
Oh,
so
wow.
real
We have
quick
two.
about-
Look, we have 3 minutes.
Okay, so the cube. The cube is I created the number one toy puzzle in the world during COVID, and it's been running for 5 years. It was in Barnes and Noble, Target, Walmart, 3,800 independent stores, and you can make all sorts of shapes. You can make 70
I've
different.
Ben, zoom in on
I've
this.
seen that.
Yeah, so it's everywhere. So I created the art series. They made a couple of others. They're not as
you zoom
successful
in?
as this, which is okay, because the whole idea is that
Making
you
different
make-
art.
Yeah, this is digital art in a sculptural form without a computer. So kids can play with this. It gets them off the machine. It gets them engaged. It's basically
That's amazing.
Great idea.
they call it a fidget toy. To say here it's a ball.
That's
You know.
amazing.
And
You created that.
yes.
You're so smart.
Well, what can I say?
Did you make
You
some?
are.
Did you make some wool off that or what?
If
Did you make money?
A few dollars.
You know.
All right, we know.
You know what? I are we able to? I guess we
Hold
don't
on,
have
but my
it.
name is on every single cube that
I
there
love
is.
it. There
you go.
I mean, you walk.
Do we
into
have a picture that we're going to be able to insert of the Grammy Award that
Oh,
you created?
by all means, I created
Oh,
the
see this?
official.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Grammys in
which is
2015.
unbelievable.
Yes.
That you did. What year was that?
2015. That's
2015.
10-year anniversary.
Unbelievable that this man is not only artistic and creative and dynamic, but he's involved in the music industry as well.
100%.
I can't believe we only have not even 2 minutes left, because I could go on and on and on with this man.
Well, I did
I'm-
the
I'm
tour art for Britney
gobsmacked that I'm
Spears, Justin
in the same room
Timberlake,
with
Red
him.
Hot Chili Peppers.
We'll definitely have Lawrence back.
we gotta have. You gotta come back.
I'll come back.
You gotta come back.
But I'll tell you this real quick. The NFL was talking about the game against Philly versus LA, and they told my lawyer called me. Says, "Do you know you were on national television? They actually had the Grammy statue, and they zoomed in on your name on the plaque of your art. That's at the Grammy Museum right now. It's been there for years." On the
It's
third floor of the
unbelievable.
of the
You're
Grammy
like a rock star. I can't even. I'm really so. We're both Joe and I.
Well, I love you
and
guys.
Always a
Ben
pleasure.
and Sherry and Tony. We're
Aw, thank you so much.
honored
Thank
that
you so
you
much.
chose to come in tonight.
I love you guys.
And
You're
we
like
love you too.
You're
You know
like
that.
real. I mean, I only like real. I have to tell
No,
you.
we know that.
I don't like.
I haven't
people-
seen you in like 10 years, but when I saw you, it was like we never, it was
No,
like,
no time.
we-
No time.
We
stood
love
in.
you.
Thank you.
We're honored. We're blessed.
Thank you.
We're so grateful that you chose to come onto our podcast.
here. I'll
So
come back.
thank you, Lawrence.
Thank you,
and
Sue.
Joe and I want to thank
you.
all of you.
Thank
we want to
everyone,
thank
and
everyone
remember-
for coming to the show and watching the show. And remember, you gotta
subscribe,
subscribe,
click,
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 click, click, like, follow, share, all the things. You know, this is a groovy fucking show.
It is.
You know, you gotta tell people about it.
Right.
Tell them this isn't a normal podcast.
Don't just tell me it's good.
We're not
Tell
just,
everybody it's
right.
good.
We're not just sitting here like, you know, 2 + 2 is 4. Like, we're not doing that. Okay, we're not telling you, you know, you need to invest in this, you need to shave your coochie, none of that stuff. This is fun, this is informative.
Real shit.
But it's real shit about real people that are
Right.
cool. Anyway, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
What the fuck? That's it?
Yeah, Joe, that's it. Until next week, when we have another fantabulous episode of the We Talk Funny podcast.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our show and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform at We Talk Funny. See you next Tuesday.
C-U-N-T.